Hi guys, and welcome back to 4 Teens for Change.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Carlos.
I'm Ava.
And I'm also Ava.
And today we have guests.
Yes, we're so excited. We're going to be talking about identity on this episode, and I think it's going to be a really good one.
Yes, I'm super excited. So this is our first time having guests. We've been talking about it for a long time, and we've also been asked by so many people, can we be on your podcast? So we actually got suggestions from the audience, and we chose our guests. So do you guys want to introduce yourself for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay. Hi guys, I'm Ava. I'm 17 and I go to Millikan High School.
She's Stanford bound.
Hey guys, I'm Carlos Rodriguez and I go to Long Beach Poly and I'm 18 years old.
Okay, so the last episode that we did, we actually did a couple questions, asking them questions about their lives and stuff. So make sure to check that out before you watch this episode.
So you can get to know our guests.
Yeah. Yes. So let's hop right into the topic. What is your guys' identity?
How do you identify?
Yeah, how do you guys identify?
Do you want to go first?
I can go
first.
Okay. I would say that I identify as mixed race and I'm Mexican American and I go by she, her, and I am heterosexual.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. do you want to go?
No. Okay. Yeah, I'll go. Fine. Okay. So, I am gay. I'm Salvadorian American. I was born in California, and yeah, that's pretty much. Right? Is there anything missing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's it. Yeah.
I am also gay. I'm just kidding.
Really?
You didn't know, yeah.
Yo,
I'm also gay, and my nationality is Mexican because I was born in Mexico. My race
That's your ethnicity.
My nationality is also where you're born, silly.
No, I know. I'm okay. Yeah.
And my race is white and Mexican since my father is Mexican and my mother is white. So yeah, and I also identify with he, him pronouns.
Yes.
Oh yes. I am also he, him as well.
Okay. I identify as I guess a white female. I am a heterosexual female as well. My pronouns are she, her. But once we get into more of the other stuff, because I feel there's not just there's so many different factors that go into who you are as a person. It's not just I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many ways that you can describe yourself and who you are and your ethnicity, your heritage, where you come from, your background.
We can go into that.
No, yeah, we're
more specifically.
Yes.
Also, we all look completely different on this table, but there's people who can look exactly like someone else but have completely different identities, which is super interesting, and that's what we want to talk about today. So that's why we hopped into this first question of how you identify as, because we all have different identities, but in some ways we're all related and not siblings obviously, but we're correlate with each other in our identities, which is super cool. I was doing a lot of research on identity, and there's a lot that I found out about, and the difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity. I was honestly not that educated about, but after I for the topic that for today, I found out a lot, and it's you can identify as so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I completely agree. I was also not aware of the difference between ethnicity and nationality because I thought that they were kind of along the same line, but I guess ethnicity is more how you culturally identify, and then nationality is basically where you're born and what you would represent yourself as. So I'm born in America, so I'm American, but ethnically I'm Mexican and I eat Mexican food all the time. That's what my mom cooks all the time, my abuela, my abuelita. So that's what I know. Even though I don't think I look quite Mexican how you would identify a Hispanic person to look on the outside, that's how I identify. So.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I feel I don't look like I'm Mexican at all.
Yeah, and I think that's
but
fine.
Each year, my grandma's house, I always go over there for menudo and that sort of thing. So I
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, there's something just based off of how someone looks, you shouldn't immediately assume how they identify, their nationality, their ethnicity, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but also identity has a lot to do with how society views you as well, because race, for example, it's completely built upon how society perceives you.
Yeah, it's a social construct.
Yeah, so you're basically put into categories. Did you guys watch that video about the jelly beans?
No.
Okay, so I watched a video about jelly beans. So basically it kind of explained it if you have a bunch of jelly beans and you put them into categories based on how they look, that's like how society puts you into categories of race. So that's like basically race. And then
Okay. Yeah.
nationality is like where the jelly beans come from, like the bag that the jelly beans come from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
And
makes
then
sense.
ethnicity, I kind of had a little bit of like trouble understanding that one, but it's basically like the culture of that jelly bean.
Yeah,
And
like what you
no matter what group
practice.
they're in, they're all gonna have their own, depending on like
And
their
that's
family
how
life
people
and,
like come together because they can share
Yeah.
similar like cultural
Yeah.
backgrounds and like traditions and that sort of thing.
So we're all jelly beans, basically.
that was like a
Yes.
really good example. I like
I
that.
know. I was
There's
like,
an-
okay.
I got more interested. You
That
remember
makes sense.
in our English class, we did like a whole unit like about identity, and I actually kind
yeah.
of liked it. I feel like it made like a lot of sense when we talked about it. I don't know if your school did that, but like it like really showed the
We have
importance
a very
of like
progressive English teacher,
Yeah,
so
we
I think
do.
that was why we talked
Mhm.
about it a lot. But it was really interesting. Like, do you remember when we did the thing where it was like the woman? It was like the mixed race woman. It was like this is the new generation, and it was this like woman who had pretty tan like olive skin and kind of like almond eyes. So you didn't know if she was like Native American or Latino or like mixed like black and white, which I thought was really interesting. And then it was like just saying like this is what everyone in America is going to look like eventually. Like you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to just strictly identify them with one thing, which I
Yeah,
think was
because you
really
keep
cool.
getting more like over time, like society keeps getting more like mixed race and like
Yeah,
mixed
exactly.
identity.
Yeah,
I feel
which
like
think
America is very diverse too.
Yeah.
Like, people come from like all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
and
certain
I
parts.
literally love
Yeah,
that.
especially California.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
like Los
Exactly,
Angeles,
yeah.
San Francisco.
Diversity is
Long
so
Beach.
important to like me.
Yes.
Like I love like living in like California
Oh,
where
me
it's like
too.
super diverse and stuff.
Oh yeah, well I lived in Ohio for a little bit of time when I was younger, and it was just like not a good experience. Like I was the only person of color in my
Mhm.
entire school, which
Really, the
yeah,
only. Oh.
yeah, because I lived in California and then I moved there for like 4 years. I was literally everybody there was white, which is like not that's okay, that's perfectly fine. But just for me personally, I just didn't have the best experience, and I was
Yeah.
like a lot of the times like ridiculed for my skin color and like just like stupid comments that kids make when you're little. And I
Mhm.
just like I don't know. That's why I like living in California because it's just everyone here is different and it's a
Yeah.
positive environment I think for minorities.
Yeah.
I agree.
When I like fill out like forms and stuff, I just hate for me, especially like putting in Hispanic or Latino. I just don't like how I have to put other. That's something that
Mhm.
I just like.
Yeah.
I'm just like okay, but I do understand why. And just one word that I especially don't like is aliens, especially for
Mhm.
Hispanics. I just that word really like does affect me. Like it just makes me angry, but at the same time, it's just that's how we were.
Yeah, exactly. I just like I don't know why just because you don't fit with a certain like the majority
Yeah.
of people that you have to be cast away into like some minuscule box.
Yeah.
I think is
The
like,
other. They don't even
Yeah.
have that many boxes, do they? I'm trying to
They
think about
They
what I
really
filled out. On
don't,
college
yeah.
applications, I think I put Hispanic, Latino, and then Caucasian, but European. Like it's like they have like
Mhm.
Caucasian, but then they have like white and then European.
Do you
Yeah.
ever
Like, do you know what I mean?
see the box where it's like 2 or more? Because I always put that one like when I'm filling out surveys or anything for like school when they ask you
Two
to
or
fill
more.
stuff.
I'm trying to think.
There'll be like 2 more because I'm black, white, and then Latina. So it's
Yeah.
like, you
Sometimes they
can't-
like don't have enough options.
That's
for-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it's 2021.
Yeah.
Like, they
Sorry,
need to,
to, like-
step up their like
Yeah.
box options. They only have like 5. I feel like they don't
Yeah.
give you enough of a range, and then other they just like it's like okay, like what is like what else are you? Like they don't give you the option to
Yeah.
like show who you like how you identify.
I have a question. So, not only regarding like your race, ethnicity, and nationality, like also like your gender and your sex and like your sexuality, like
Mhm.
overall, what is an issue that you've had like with your identity? Like, what's an issue that you've had to overcome because of your identity, or an issue that you're currently facing?
An issue that I had a while ago was like in middle school, there was not a lot of Salvadorian Americans in my area.
Mhm.
So I was like the only one. And when I would just talk about like my food of what I would eat like during the holidays, it would just be difficult because people would be like, what is that? And it was just something that I overcame, like, and I'm proud of me. Like I'm like fully Salvadorian, and I love talking about like where my mom and my dad and my grandma and my grandpa came from
Mhm.
because it's special for me, and that's
Mhm.
like my home like that's my home country.
I actually have a question to go off of that for you, if you're comfortable asking or answering. Do you ever feel like discriminated because you're Hispanic, or would it be Hispanic or a Latino? It's a Latin-based country.
Yeah, I'm Latino because it's like south from like the U.S.
Okay,
So like yeah, that's like Mexico, Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and then all the south American countries like Brazil, those, and then Hispanic, I believe those are like in the European side, like
Okay.
Spain and
Yeah.
Barcelona and stuff
So
like that.
like being a Latino
Mhm.
man who's obviously you're gay.
Yeah.
Would you ever feel discriminated like maybe within your family, because I know that it's sometimes
Yeah.
not like an acceptable thing socially
Mhm.
Yeah.
in that culture?
Yes, and when I first came out to my mom, I was afraid of my father because he is like the typical
Yeah.
Latino male, religious, and doesn't like stuff. Like he just doesn't like that, and it was very difficult for me. And I just had to, I had to like squeeze it in, and I just had to be like, look, Dad, like I just need you to understand that this is how I am, and if you don't
Mhm.
want to accept me to, then that's all on you. But I'm just, and I let him know. So hopefully,
that's
I
good.
really don't talk to my father like that because I just don't connect with him in a certain way like that. Just like how I appreciate my mom, but yeah, my dad, and then my uncles and cousins, because they're just all tin head. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, that's
Exactly.
just a word of how I like to put it. But hopefully one day in the future, their children understand how life is. And it's 2021. Everybody should be accepted for who they are and
Mhm.
not be
Exactly. It's
discriminated when you walk
definitely-
into a store.
Yeah.
The world is
Yeah.
like progressing. Like there's like I don't
Yeah.
understand why people
Yeah.
feel the need to put others down
Yeah.
for their
I just-
sexuality.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't understand why, as a minority group, you want to put down other minority groups when
Yeah.
you should just be like working together because you're all
Mhm.
going through a similar struggle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
I don't know.
And it goes with
I always
all
thought that was
minority groups. Like you
interesting.
can see like some minority groups like tearing down others. It just like completely. Yeah.
I mean, not to be specific, but like it is kind of a thing where like the African American community is kind of down on the LGBTQ plus, which is like unfortunate, but I just don't really understand it because it's like you're all going through discrimination. You might
Yes.
as well help one another and grow so that everyone could get over it.
Yeah. I completely agree. And going off of what Carlos said about being LGBTQ plus, like me personally, I'm super blessed. Like I haven't had like much struggle coming out as gay. Like well, everyone already kind of knew, you know. Like I told, this is like so funny, and Luna's like in here listening, but like I told Luna I had a crush on her, and like. And no one, like, she didn't believe it. She was like, boy, we all know you're gay. Like,
Yeah.
I told Luna I had a crush on her. And, like, I was, like, always, like, doubting myself. But, like, I was doubting myself to other people. But I knew deep down, like, I was gay. Like, I knew that. And, like, when I came out, I didn't really have to come out. I just, like, started, like, being open about my sexuality. You know, I didn't, like, sit anyone down and say that. People just knew. And everyone was super accepting. And, of course, like, I had like I have times where I'm getting called like slurs, but like on Omegle or something like silly, not really like
Oh my God,
face to face. I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
let's
like
start with
I
that
haven't really
thing.
had much trouble with my identity, since that's like the question when it comes to my sexuality. But with race, sometimes I do, and like nationality, because since I'm born in Mexico and like Spanish is my first language, like I feel like many people don't believe that because I look super white.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like my second grade teacher doubted that I was born in Mexico, and she looked up in my papers and was like, "Oh wow, like you were born in Mexico?" And I was like, "Yeah, girl. Like, why do you not believe it?" Like,
Right.
that's so-"
Exactly. I hate when people
Yeah.
assume like
And I like grew
Or, like-
up around that culture. Like my mom was the only white person around me, and it sucks that I kind of get doubted a lot. That's why I don't really like telling people that I'm from Mexico, or I kind of like don't like telling people about like my culture growing up, because right now I don't really like resonate much with the Mexican culture, but growing up I really did. Like all of my family there was Mexican, and
exactly. Yeah.
so that's like something that I kind of struggled with growing up in Mexico and like being fully
Yeah.
white. Yeah.
And especially in middle school, people just get treated poorly in middle school. Everybody gets bullied, and it's just bad. And I just wanted to say I'm so proud and I'm happy that like with your sexuality that you didn't face any like
Yes.
serious like issues. And I literally
I'm
like
so
I
proud.
love you, Sam.
I love you
I literally
too.
like I love you guys. I just wanted to say that I love like us being different, because at the end of the day we
Yeah.
learn from each other and we become who we are as a community and as a
Yeah.
person. Is
I
just
really
opening and just
agree.
opening your eyes and just listening and hearing out the other person.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
love like having this conversation about identity.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that was just like we're all so different, but we all like can relate, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I love how everyone's really respectful. of
Yeah.
everyone's
Definitely.
experiences as
Everyone here
well.
at least. Some people are
Some people are
Yeah,
just
because we're
respectful, but-
mature and we understand what we're like. We understand because we're all going through it.
Yeah.
So we
Mhm.
understand and we're open about it. And I just don't like how some parts of America just doesn't understand that. because I get so like mad in like Texas and Florida, like
Yeah.
just to name out
Texas and Florida.
just those states like
Yeah.
get me so frustrated. And honestly, it does make me uncomfortable if I were ever to travel there, because I don't want to
yeah.
be discriminated when I go somewhere with friends or something. And that's why like California is such a safe space. I know
Yes.
there are some people that just don't understand, but at the end of the day, like California is very open, and that's why I love California.
Yeah, I was gonna apply to Boise State for political science, and then I saw this thing about how the head of like the political science unit was telling like women that they should have less of an opinion. And that really was like a deal breaker for me, because I wouldn't want to go somewhere where someone is putting women down for wanting to do something with their lives and telling them to have less of a voice. Like in the
Yeah.
political
That's
science,
not
like
It's also like a predominantly white
yes,
school with no
right. That's
diversity.
what I was thinking. I probably wouldn't have gone there, but I was just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
not applying there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say like one thing that I feel like I struggle with
Mhm.
with my like identity, I guess, is the fact that I feel like even though I am like Mexican and like my family has like a lot of stuff that they do, like we make tamales, like that sort of thing, I feel like I am not necessarily immersed enough in like the culture, and that
Yeah.
kind of like really upsets me sometimes, because I feel like everyone on that side, like my cousins, they all speak Spanish and stuff. I obviously don't speak Spanish, so sometimes like I feel sad about how I didn't like grow up as much being able to like, I mean, I obviously could learn Spanish now, and I should. I feel like that's something that I really like should do and I would enjoy. But I don't know. I get like upset by the fact that I don't do more to embrace who I am, I guess, and like my family side, because I'm predominantly Mexican and like, what am I? Oh, Mexican and like Italian. So like my mom like recently has been trying to like cook more and stuff, to do like pizzelles and like that sort of thing, like
Yeah.
the cookies and stuff that are like Italian. So I feel like I just need to find ways that I can do things that will make me feel like I don't know how to explain it, like more like connected.
Yeah, with
Because
your
I don't know, it
culture.
makes me like upset when I don't do things that I'm
Yeah.
just like a basic like
Yeah, that's how I-
like,
that's
do you know
how
what
I
I mean?
feel,
Like I
like-
just I'm like, oh, like okay.
Because you like have the opportunity to.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's like you're
did.
part of a certain community.
Yeah,
but you
and
just
then I'm
don't
not
feel
taking
super
advantage.
strong
I feel like I'm
with
not taking advantage of it.
it.
So I feel like that's something I need to like work
Do you
Yeah.
wanna
on.
come over and make tamales with me?
My dad went the
Yeah,
other
we
day.
should
and I
all
wish I
make
went.
tamales
Yeah,
together.
if you guys
Yeah.
want a Salvadorian cuisine that's like really good,
Ooh.
pupusas.
What is
Oh,
that?
what?
It's like masa, like how do you say that in English?
Masa
Yeah,
Dough,
dough.
yeah, like
corn
dough.
dough.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, audience.
Dough, and then you put like stuffing in it, and it's actually easy to make the vegan versions, because you guys know I am vegan, so it was difficult in the beginning, like eating Salvadorian food, but now it's very easy because there are places that serve it with veggies. But if you guys are all down, the audience included, you guys are all welcome to come to my house. My auntie makes bomb pupusas, and we can all eat
I
it with
would
like.
Okay,
be
wait,
so
send
down.
me the address.
No, like
I'm
I'm not
very
even gonna.
good.
I love
Yeah.
trying new food. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a really adventurous
And-
eater, and I would try anything.
And it pairs well with cabbage, like the cabbage
Oh,
that's
red.
soaked.
Do you have red cabbage?
Yeah, red cabbage, and then
God,
they even
so
do it.
good.
They mix some with mayonnaise, and then some they soak it in vinegar. So that's just like
Yeah.
two, and then we just have a tomato sauce that just goes with it.
Mhm.
So if you guys are like down, I'm like down to host.
Wait, you're
oh
vegan?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
vegan.
like chorizo?
So chorizo, yes.
Oh my god.
I love
eat that
everything
every
vegan. I
single
love food. I'm a
morning.
foodie.
I wish I
I-
was.
that.
not
Okay,
the-
this is, like,
he's
so
super
off
committed
topic.
with being vegan.
Yeah, that's
Right.
really good. I don't think I could like. I don't know.
I've tried
that's
multiple
okay.
times.
I was
Yeah.
pescatarian for a week.
Oh wait, Ava, did you answer the question?
Question.
My question. Wait, what was it? Oh, like have you had any like struggles with your identity?
Yeah, didn't she talk about like Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you can.
This is like so off topic, but have you guys seen
Okay.
the stuff about fufu on TikTok? Like
Yeah.
it's a Nigerian food. I want to try it
Yeah,
so
that looks
badly where
so
they like
good.
dip
Yeah, the way
it.
that
It's
they
like
eat
the
it.
dough.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I want to try that so badly.
I
Okay,
think
anyway.
they have it in Inglewood, this place.
Really?
I was gonna
I
go with
saw
my
it.
mom.
Can I come?
No.
No. Yeah, but like going back to what you said like earlier, like when people make fun of like food because it's like so foreign to them,
Yeah.
or like they're not like used
I
to
was like,
that.
ew.
Yeah,
and you're
it's-
like, they make like a face about
Uh-huh.
something like you eat, and you're like, what?
yeah, that's very like immature, and I just feel like people should
Yeah.
grow up from that.
Or
you
just be
know?
more respectful. Like you don't have to like
Hopefully
everything, but you
people-
don't need to make rude comments about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
No,
There's
I
like a
don't.
difference from being like, okay, like you might not like something, but you can still respect other people's.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
cuisine
very
or
much like a thing,
culture.
I think, in when we were younger. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys would pack lunches for school, but I would have like pozole in like my little what is it? What are those like
Thermos?
thermos? Yeah, and then
Like-
everyone else would have, which is fine, but like they would have like their Lunchables. and
Okay,
they'd
so
just be
I
like,
was the
"Ew, what
Lunchable
is
boy.
that?"
I was definitely
Okay,
the
and
Lunchable
that's
You still
boy.
literally
are,
that's
CB.
literally
I still am.
fine.
No, it's just because
That's
I like
literally
didn't have time
fine,
to,
but
like,
just like
No, yeah, that's
I just didn't like when people would be like, "Ooh, what are you eating?" Like,
yeah, I know exactly what you
know.
mean.
and I just want to add on, yeah, that kind of like that's what made me feel like uncomfortable saying that I was Salvadorian, because there was a point in time, and I'm ashamed like me saying this, but I like hated it. Like I hated going to school and saying that I was Salvadorian, like because everybody was like against. I don't know. It's so weird, and I just wish that when I was younger I just developed, and it's just like you're okay. Like you don't have to be with people like want to see you as. So
Yeah.
I wish that I got that that idea out of my head. So
Oh, I can totally
Yeah.
relate to that. Well, okay, this is kind of off topic, but
It's
okay,
okay, just go off
I
topic.
just
Yo,
feel
we go
like-
off
Go
topic
off
all,
topic.
all the
in
time.
like middle school, not because in the similar way, like I felt like people would often say stupid comments about my identity regarding how I act because I look a certain way. I look black, but I just act. I don't know how you'd say, like there's stereotypical ways that people think that a black person should act, and I often don't fit with that stereotype. So that was just a thing in middle school that I had to go through a lot. And I just think that it's like you don't need to fit into a certain description of
Yeah.
what a
Mhm.
black person
Like-
or like a Mexican person
Mhm.
like acts like. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
Like everyone acts different. It's just like the
talk a certain
stereotype way.
Yeah, like
Right.
I talk like a Valley girl, but I'm from Sherman Oaks. I'm not from like Atlanta, and I don't have a Southern accent or something like that. I mean, I
Yeah.
just don't know. I had
No,
to be
I get
put
what
down.
you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
people
it
like
doesn't
aren't
make you any
used to
less.
people not like. I hate stereotypes and like having to act a certain way to fit that like
Yeah.
race or
Exactly.
sexuality
Yeah, and
or
when
whatever
people
it
like
is.
claim that that's you being like whitewashed just because
Yeah.
you're not
I
fitting this
Despise that
like,
term.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that
category.
term too.
Yeah, isn't that
Exactly.
like
Like-
in Spanish it's like gringo, right? Like
Yeah, like
Yes.
gringo, like no, it doesn't matter. You don't need to
Yeah.
act a certain
Yeah.
way to be valid for your ethnicity or culture.
To be
Yeah, I
valid for
completely
your
like what?
Have you guys ever felt like you had to
I'm
like
valid.
hide your identity or you wanted to hide your identity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
completely like
No.
Yes.
I'm like asking you guys this question, but I'm also asking myself because like I like sometimes like I although I did say that I had a super easy like upbringing of coming out, even though I didn't really come out like everyone just like knew, I still sometimes struggle with being gay and going like to parties and like going out.
Mhm.
Like especially parties like back like this is like a while ago. I'm kind of like more used to it now, but going to places like big social gatherings where it's a bunch of people who I don't know, I kind of sometimes hate being like gay, especially where there's like not many people around me or not many boys, because like I'm super comfortable with like my friend groups of boys because they know I'm gay and like they know me.
Mhm.
But when I go, I don't know other people and I don't know if they're homophobic or not. Sometimes I'm like,
Them
do you
Los
think
Al
people are
boys?
gonna, yeah, like Los Al
Ugh.
boys, like, I'm like, do you think they're gonna bully me? Like, I don't know. That's just
Aw.
something that I like struggle with a lot
Sorry.
because I don't like, it's okay. Thank you. But yeah, that's just sometimes, that's a time where I like feel like I want to hide my identity.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to add on to that. It is like, especially like going into like a place that you don't know anybody at, it is difficult, especially for you to not have anybody to be with you, like somebody that you're
Yes.
comfortable with. It is very, very difficult because you want to make friends, but also you don't know how they're gonna approach it because
Yeah.
like you said, like it's not even Los Al, it's just Huntington.
No, I was just gonna
Like,
say,
it's
I'm just
very,
giving you an
like, I just-
example.
yeah.
We were at a party and like these guys like made a comment and then
Yeah.
like shout out, was it Luna and
Wait, I
Layla who
did
went
not
back?
know that.
Yeah, no,
My,
I
like,
was at
heel
this,
was
like,
falling
party and
off.
these people were like telling me that they're gonna like beat me up, but they were like
Wait, was
joking,
I
but I
at
was still
that
like
party?
scared. No, you weren't. This is like a
Oh,
lot. This was
okay.
like 3 years ago. But it's just like I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like you don't want to walk in somewhere where you're like where you feel alone because of your identity? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
I would straighten my hair every single day.
Did
Like,
you really?
In
When?
sixth or eighth grade, I would straighten my hair every single day. Like
would
I
too.
hated my curly hair, and I
Yeah.
was
I
like,
love your curls.
Yeah.
"Thank you." Which I
Yeah,
think
I love-
everyone now in high school
Beautiful.
says that they love my hair. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. But people would just be like, I don't know, like your hair's really frizzy. It's really poofy, like, and so I'd straighten it. I don't
I'm
know.
so sorry.
Your
Like,
hair
it's
does
so
look good
long,
straight, but I like
straight,
the.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love it.
I
And-
love the curls.
It looks
just
good
like-
both ways.
Yeah,
but-
and adding, and
but-
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. And adding on to that, I would do the same thing. I would cut my hair because I didn't like the curly part.
Yeah.
Because I just, because there I go again, and it just frustrates me. I would care about what people would say. And that's just a thing that I wish if I were to go back, just be like, Carlos, like, don't, like, this is a person that you're not going to know, like, in a couple months. Like, you shouldn't care about what they're saying. But I did ask he would straighten my hair, and I would be like devastated because he'd be like, I can't straighten it. Like, it would, because it's naturally curly, like, naturally. So when he would straighten it, it would still come out curly.
It would just like do the little like
just
twirl.
That's so I'm just like, okay, well. And then I there I go again, like over COVID, like I did like become comfortable in my body, so I do let my hair grow out, and now I love my hair.
I
love your hair. Boy, I wish I
Thank
could get those
I
curls.
feel like curls are so pretty. Like
And
so
I'm
is
just
straight
it's so
hair.
beautiful.
Everyone's beautiful the way they are. I think.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't like really like relate to the thing about like walking in and feel Solomon, stop shaking your head at me. I know I'm like a white girl that doesn't have like any like issues.
No, but you're just very supportive of all your friends.
Yeah, which
I
is
try
super
to be.
So many different backgrounds.
I
Ava,
don't know.
okay, well, I have a
like,
question for you,
best.
and also for me too, because obviously I pass as white, so I'm not gonna act like I'm not. But what's a way that you can like make someone feel comfortable when you know that they feel like alone?
I feel like just like staying like with them and being supportive and like not just like running off and like leaving them to like fend for themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stand up for your friends.
Yeah, and also
supported
like
me so many times when I've like
I like go off on
recent-
them.
recent times.
Recent issues.
regarding my race.
I feel like just like you should just stand up for your friends, and if someone is in the wrong, then just make sure
I agree.
like tell them like that's not okay. Like you shouldn't be saying that sort of thing. I mean, like me as like a white female, I try to at least like be an ally to those who need like my support and that sort of thing. I mean, I guess the only thing that I could really would be like being like a woman, because I feel like that's still like an issue.
Yeah.
But I feel like I haven't had that many issues with my gender. I'm trying to think of a situation. Like, not really. I just feel like sometimes I get like overly sexualized, which I don't really appreciate. Like, I just don't like the fact that I have to like that's the one thing. Like, there's always people who I feel like have overly sexualized me, and it's like, dude, like you can stop. Like,
and
you know exactly what I'm
just
thinking
the
of.
way that you're built. Like, it's not your fault.
No, I know. Like, it's not my fault, and I just feel like obviously like in certain like I'm not gonna like walk into like when I like grow up like into a workplace, like I know like when to dress appropriately and like make sure I'm covered, but I just hate the fact that like women don't get treated the same way in certain areas.
I think that's totally true.
I agree. Do you guys think, I don't know if this is like I don't know, I kind of just thought about this question. Do you think that your identity can change over time?
Yeah,
for sure,
100%. Like your sexuality, like how you identify, like your pronouns, like she, her, like you can always grow up and be like, I don't think I resonate with myself anymore, and like how like I was born and that sort of thing. So I definitely think your pronouns, or like not necessarily just your pronouns, but your identity and how you want others to perceive you can change over time.
Yeah, speaking about that and going into culture, I kind of have seen a lot of like discussion on TikTok about people of like white people like practicing other cultures when traveling. And I feel like, yes, it's okay to practice other cultures, but don't like use that culture and like, you know, like take it as your own, you know what I mean? And just make sure to like accept other, like take into account other people's boundaries when it comes to their culture and like the things they practice and stuff.
I think there's some people who are actually like respectful of it and like actually like love the culture and just want to be like immersed and like see how other people like, I'm trying to think
practice
like how other
culture,
people practice their culture. And like if you're in that place and like everyone is like, do you know what I mean? Like my mom, when I lived in Japan when I was younger, my mom would go to like these Japanese restaurants and they would like dress her in like a kimono. And I don't think that's necessarily cultural appropriation because she's in a place like wanting to like be respectful of the culture. They're like dressing her like she's not going out of her way, like walking around town in a like kimono. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like
if you're not claiming to be something you're not and you're just being respectful, and it's like, I don't know how it's apparent that you aren't within the culture, but you're just appreciating it. You're not appropriating it.
I
there's
think
like
there's
a difference.
such thing as cultural appropriation. I mean appreciation versus appropriation.
Yeah, like
I agree.
Okay, for example, this is just personally for me. If I see like a white girl with box braids acting a certain way, like I don't know how to explain it. Like acting like she needs the box braids and that's something she's been doing since she was little. I wouldn't necessarily appreciate that. But if she's like, oh, I love your braids. And like, she wants to get like some little cornrows. Like, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Then of course it's always like, and also don't like for example, that like what stemming off of what you were saying, like don't go into like a studio and if they deny doing your hair because they don't feel comfortable doing it because it's like their culture, like just accept that. Like don't be so forceful with other people's cultures, like
where
know?
they don't feel comfortable because obviously there might be a
Exactly.
reason they don't feel comfortable giving that to you or like providing that service. Is that what that would be? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with that because I feel like that's always like a topic of discussion on like every platform. And sometimes I see people getting hate and I'm just like, I don't know why you're giving them hate because I actually don't see like an issue with it. But then again, it might not be for my like I don't know. It's like I feel like that's such a hard like topic to really know when. Like I don't think people for Halloween should dress up as like Native Americans. Like, I think that's more like that's like Halloween.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't dress up as like a Native American or whatever. Like I think that is cultural appropriation.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm really like content with how society has like changed over time. It is now realizing that some costumes are just not okay to wear. And I feel like people have been actually doing their research, and if obviously people have like done dumb things in the past, but like from now on, like I feel like a lot of people are like researching and being more self-aware of what they should and shouldn't do for like costumes and just being appreciative of other people's cultures and like being respectful as well. Yeah. Another thing which I completely like forgot to mention, which is also part of identity, is also religion. But we're not gonna like get too much into religion, but like that's also another part which we
definitely
touch on, and also be respectful of other people's religion, which is super important. Like I don't know if you guys want to share your identity with your religion, but I personally am Christian, but like I'm not like, I don't really practice that much, but like I really am super respectful when other people are super like kind and not super like pushy with their religion and are like super like respectful of your boundaries when it comes to what you believe, you know?
Yes, I would like to add on to that. I am Catholic. I was baptized in a Catholic church, but I don't practice. Like I don't go to church on Sundays, and I do agree with what you're saying. Like, don't push your religion on people who don't really want you to push it on.
Yeah.
Because I've had a friend who did that, and eventually it turned into me and her not like being friends anymore because she would push it to the point where she would like say hurtful slurs to me and to the people around me.
That's so messed up.
Oh, that's
And then I just couldn't do it anymore because she just thought that she was right, and I'm just like I'm respecting you telling me what you want to tell me, but at the same time just like be respectful if I don't want to like hear you out. Just
I totally agree.
Yeah, and it goes like all ways. Like someone who's like atheist against some like no matter what, just respect people's beliefs when it comes to religion. Like you don't have to argue. You can just respect it. And if someone's like practicing on their own or like making content or something practicing, you can scroll. You don't have to comment about
or like be mean about it. Yeah. I like same with Carlos. I was baptized Catholic. I do not go to church. My parents both went to private Catholic schools growing up, and they didn't make any of us like do that. They let us choose. My sister goes to a private school actually right now, but she like is enjoying it. She might transfer back. It was specifically because of COVID because they were in person, but I think she likes it.
Yeah.
I don't know. She does like cute little mass singing. She's in choir. I have to go to one soon. But yeah, it's like sweet. I don't like necessarily practice it, but I agree with like what you guys said. I think you should be respectful and not necessarily try to push other people's religions onto each other, but that doesn't mean you can't like listen and try to understand it. Like there's been times where I've had conversations with people where I'm like trying to understand like their point of view. Yeah. But also some things I kind of am just like, oh, like once I was told that, I mean, I guess this is like in their religion, so I have to be understanding of that. But once I was told I was going to hell because I was told like someone actually believed, one of my close friends too, I guess not anymore, that I was going to hell because I do not go to church. And I guess like I know that's in their culture, like their religion, so like I understand that, but also it's like, damn, like you believe I'm going to hell.
They said it is just kind of scaring you, you know?
Like I like asked and she was like, yeah.
Adding on to that,
like, oh.
Adding on to that, I'm personally not religious. I didn't grow up with any sort of religion, which is kind of different from a lot of my friends because a lot of my friends identify with Catholicism or Christianity or being Jewish. I even have some friends who are Muslim as well, and I just like have always been taught by my parents to respect everyone else's religion and how their upbringing is, and that my parents have always just been like, if you want to reside with a certain religion, that is your choice, and I will support you in whatever you choose, which I really appreciate, and I
do
hope to do
too,
the same
yeah.
thing for my children. But yes, adding on to that, I've been told several times that since I don't necessarily believe in a God at the moment, that I'm going to hell, which I don't
I
really
just feel like there's like a
appreciate.
nicer way to say that.
Yeah,
I,
there's-
I don't
I
know. It's just
understand
a way
that.
of telling me
Better way
I'm
to
going
say
to
that.
hell. Like,
No, I get like
okay.
the feelings behind it. Like you really care about this person and this is what you really believe in, and that you think that this is gonna happen to them, but you like that's crossing a boundary. Like
I feel like there's
keep
other
to
ways. If you
yourself.
want someone to like try to like become like maybe like look into, I don't know how to say it, like immerse themselves in like
Yeah,
your
but
religion, like
try
don't
to
like
convert people.
Yeah.
like I don't know. There's so like I feel like there's a different way to like
You can influence.
like
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
I mean,
be like
I still think you shouldn't. Like,
well I don't know.
unless
Like
they
I'm
show
still,
a certain interest, I don't think. You
Yeah,
should
and
push
I
your
feel like if you
religion.
show,
or
because
like
you,
they ask.
because you don't do that with other things, you know, you don't go
Yeah.
up to someone's face and make them eat meat or
Yeah,
make tell them
like,
to not be
you're
vegan or tell them to be
vegan,
vegan or
no.
make them eat
Right.
meat. Like you kind of should make your own decisions with your identity. In some aspects, obviously you can't like change races or whatever,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you should be able to make your own decision when you're like,
Yeah.
especially with like
For
religion.
what you want to like
yeah.
practice and that sort of thing. Yeah, I agree because like my parents the same way. Like if I wanted to go to church and I became super interested in having that religious presence in my life,
Yeah.
then they would be like accepting of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just like not something I think that I like necessarily like resonate with. I like rocks.
You like rocks?
I like like the candles and stuff from like and like the House of Intuition. You have the candles too. Like I don't know. Like
yeah,
if
we don't need to
anything,
talk about that.
I like have a bunch of rocks in my room. I don't really use them that much.
My
though, but like your
crystals, that
crystals,
didn't
yeah,
even
I
that's
love
what I'm
work.
saying.
crystals.
No, you can't say they don't work. Like
They literally don't work, guys. I literally was burning my candle for attraction during.
Did you put it out? You're not supposed to blow
I
it
never,
out.
no, I didn't.
let
blow,
it-
I literally let it go the entire time, and I kept putting the thing over. I
To,
didn't
like
I
yeah,
didn't
you didn't
burn
blow
it.
it. You just like put
No,
it on
yeah,
top. Mhm.
and it didn't work, guys. It actually worked in the opposite.
You have to
direction.
believe it.
Oh.
You have to believe it works though for it to work.
I'm gonna start
I have
rebranding it,
I have
though.
a question. This is like random, but okay. So as we all know, identity has like a big like. It's not just like certain things.
Mhm.
Is being like vegan or vegetarian part of your identity? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a stupid question?
No, I don't
Like,
think it is. I think it
No.
can be. No, because
I
it's
think
how
it
other
is,
people
right?
see you. Like your identity doesn't necessarily have to be something that's like culture,
Yeah.
like how like I don't know how to
Mhm.
explain it. Like you remember we did this thing at Advocates for Equality. What was it talking about? It said someone said something about like I think vegan can be part of your
Like would
identity.
you
Someone
consider
said
being
they're
vegan
vegan.
part of your identity?
I
It's
mean,
like a
in
lifestyle choice.
yeah,
I feel like
in
so it could
certain
be.
in certain
Yeah.
aspects, if you just would like to declare that you are, just so that people are aware and they just know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
then yeah. But I wouldn't tell people that
Yeah.
I'm vegan. But
Yeah.
I
Like
just,
I
if-
feel yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get
Yeah.
that.
and I have one question. I just the only thing I have to say is just treat
Ask your
people the way
question.
you just want to be treated. You
Oh,
know?
I agree.
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
I
that
just-
that small sentence can go like a long way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It definitely can.
And I do have a question. My question is: have you guys ever been in an altercation about like
Ooh.
your like just anything like regarding like our topic right now?
Been in a
Mm.
what?
like altercation,
not
like,
altercation, but, like,
physical,
have you ever-
like fight.
Not physical fight, but
Like-
like have you ever argued with somebody, or have you ever
Oh.
like
Okay, yeah.
fought
Okay.
back with words?
Yes,
Because I have. Do you have stories? Because I
Yeah.
have a story.
No, we
I
want to hear the
have-
story.
No, okay. I feel like
I'm sorry.
I've definitely grown. I feel like at one point, like especially during the election, I wasn't very open about other people's point of views, and I think that's just because I was like angry. Like I didn't want something like the world or like one thing to go this way because I knew if like it did, like it was only gonna like get worse in my mind. Other people will have
Mhm.
different opinions. So I feel like I was just angry at a lot of people. So I had arguments a lot with people. And
Yeah,
I try
I-
not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Literally same. I wasn't open
But yeah.
in that certain era. Now I do. I've grown up. It's been what it's gonna be a year now since
Mhm.
since that election, and I really have opened my eyes, and I do like respect other people's decision. But the thing is that when they see something first, then that's when I attack back.
Yeah.
Because if I don't say anything, I'm like, okay, like I'm listening to what you have to say, and it's whatever. But and then when you're calling me out, now I'm gonna call you out,
Right.
and then that's when we argue because I like being right
Right.
on certain occasions.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys have any stories? Because I have a story.
Okay.
Go,
I'll go.
tell
Wait, do you want to go? Who wants to go?
I
Mine
have
is
a
like-
story as
okay.
well, but you can go.
Are you
Whoever
sure?
wants to go first.
Okay,
yeah.
because
You
mine
go
is
first. Turn your-
regarding
You
like
both go
like
first.
mine is regarding appearance, like being gay. So because I've been caught out multiple times at work, but there is this one person, and they came into Plant Power ordering food, and they come all the time, and there was this one gentleman who had came in once, and he usually comes all the time. He's usually Postmates, and he had commented on the person's appearance and looked at me. And when I go to work, I like wear a pink bandana. I just don't look like I look like gay. Like I just obviously. So he had said something. Sorry, he had said something to me and was like, "Can you look at that? Like look at him." That's what he has said, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like like he had called them out, and I was just like very upset because I'm just like, no, like I don't understand what you're saying. Like I just really didn't understand, and we argued until he got kicked out of the restaurant.
Wait, they refer to a person as
Is that like
that is so ew.
That's so
very
disrespectful.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
why? Like, what's the need for that? Like, you didn't gain anything from that. You're just showing that you just don't like respect somebody's boundaries, and you just like go past it. And he thought that I would agree. And I was like, no, like you really
like,
thought, because
no.
I wasn't gonna.
So you
want to
get punched?
Right,
I
was like, and I was on the other side of the counter with the badge, and I'm like, okay, I'm at work right now. I can't do anything. But there's been multiple occasions where I just don't feel comfortable wearing certain things in certain places.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Like at school, I wouldn't wear a crop top like how I would at a party or with my comfortable or like the people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, I agree.
Because at school, it's very diverse, and there is people that still don't understand, but they do call like
when you walk through certain like in the bathroom, in the boys' bathroom.
Yes,
boy.
I did get caught like the F slur. I got caught the F slur, leaving the boys' bathroom, and he has said move, and then he said the slur, and then I was just like, okay, damn, like I just didn't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
I don't know
in that
how you
moment
wouldn't
because
just
I don't know.
start
I
swinging.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because like I say that I'm all tough and bold, but in reality, when the moment hits, you're like,
What am I supposed to do? Like, you don't know how to react.
Like you just don't know how to react.
Yeah.
But those are like two big like occasions of where I was like, where I was like, just like
Sometimes
it's up
human
there.
beings are just not intelligent. And
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do to help them. Like you
You're just like, oh, you're
have to be
hopeless.
like-
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always room for people to like change though. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sometimes when like celebrities, like I feel like that's where you mainly hear it from, like celebrities when they say something in the past and you like they actually like grow from it. I feel like you can't like hold on to that because I feel like everyone has made a mistake like that where they weren't
Yeah.
that understanding unless it's like real bad. No, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to
the
say your
situation.
altercation? I'm like
Yeah.
excited.
Say your altercation. Go.
Which one?
Which one?
I'm not gonna get anything specific, but there's been multiple occurrences throughout my life where the topic of a certain word that is used against Black people in a derogatory way has been like socially accepted for people who aren't Black to say to me personally, like directly towards me. And I've always tried to be the person that's like, well, when I was younger, I kind of tried to like brush it off and be like, oh, it's fine. Like I don't know, like people would just ask me, do I have the N-word pass? Like, do I have the N-word pass? And I'm just like, no, you don't. But obviously when you're like 12 years old and there's like teenage boys asking you, like, can they say like the N-word, like fully saying it with the hard R, like you don't know how to react. So you're just like, yeah, it's like whatever. Like you just let it go and you let them say it. But now as I'm older and I still hear this word being used at
by
my
people who should
school,
be mature.
No,
by people
literally.
who are almost damn near 18 years old, adults who know that it's not okay to be saying, I just really don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I just think that like to a certain point, I just can't change people because they're just going to continue to be ignorant about the subject. But I think all I can do as a person is worry about myself and hope that I surround myself with those who are more intelligent to not use
and
those
like
type of
respectful. I feel like that's just
slurs
so
around me.
disrespectful. Like if someone is telling you do not say it and you're not even Black, first of all.
They think
like
it's funny
you're
too,
not
like,
even
it's
yeah.
really not.
They like
How do you-
laugh at it and
you
I'm like,
could
what's so funny? Like please tell me
come
why
up
you're
with
laughing
some
right
better
now.
material.
Yeah, I don't understand why there's such thing as like the N-word pass. Like I don't understand why
It's
that's
like,
a
come
thing.
on.
Like
It's
it
so
just
lame.
it confuses me, and I get irritated, and I have caught out people in that, and I have caught out people just because I'm just like, what's the need for that, especially in in my family, because they do like grow up like how they like in El Salvador, and they're not as like aware as like how we are here. But I just like shutting it down, and I'm just like, you don't have the right to say that, so I need you to stop there. And then it stops there.
Yeah, people are just not gonna grow up. So
I know.
have
Can
to
I say
accept
one
it.
thing and then we can wrap it up really
Yeah.
quick? Okay. I just want to say, like, I feel like it's so, I don't understand how, like, oh, why, like, someone can be like, oh, I got the pass, but that doesn't mean, like, you can still say it. Like, just because you got the pass from one of your, like, Black friends does not mean
anything.
that doesn't mean anything.
just is
There's
really
still the whole other
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, the
Just
whole.
because, like, what?
And I just don't understand why somebody would be willing to give them a pass.
Yes, like,
I
don't give them a pass. You're making it okay for other
Yeah.
people
I
to
know.
say it, and that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
where I
if,
feel
if
like
one
we,
person
like-
says you can eat their food, like, and like that doesn't mean that you can eat everyone's food. Or if one
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
says that you can like
Right.
do something, that doesn't
This
like
is making me mad right
like
now.
that same logic should
Yeah.
apply for everything. But those people are just like so like blindsided when it comes like. Why do you want to say that word so bad?
I
But
know.
anyways.
No, I know.
It's not that fun,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, this
I feel
was a
like
really fun
identity,
episode.
Yeah.
it's such
Very
a big topic,
educational.
but in a way, like we all can relate in some way, like I've said. And I really liked this episode a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I had fun. Thank you
I had
guys so
fun
much
too.
for coming
I
on.
came in like nervous a little bit because I was just like, I didn't want to like sound like
Choked
a
up.
certain way, but at the end of the day, I did learn a lot from you guys, and I do appreciate you guys inviting me over. I love everybody from the 14s for Change family.
Yes.
So I just wanted to thank you guys for inviting me.
Yes,
Thank
and make
you.
sure to come to podcast
Yeah.
place
Yes.
if you have any
Anything you wanna
interest in
film,
wanting to have a
yes.
podcast. Do you have anything to say bye to the audience?
Make sure you follow
no,
us.
her, because it's her last time.
Bruh. Thank you guys for having me on the podcast. It was really lit and
Liddy.
should be exciting. I can't wait to watch myself and cringe at every single thing.
Oh, by the way, our outro is boo boop. Bye.
Bye.
Since you
Yeah.
guys like to know.
Okay.
Also,
Oh,
make
yes.
sure to follow us on Instagram at 14s for Change and watch us on Spotify and YouTube. And make sure to email us at 14sforchange@gmail.com for any business inquiries.
Yes.
We hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. I know Christmas is coming up, but if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holiday.
Happy
Happy
holiday.
holiday.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, yeah, have a
New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Boop, boop, boom.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
That was good.
So fun.
Okay, you guys.
Thank you.